Right, so what we're looking at is a project which is entitled the course design, and we're looking at the start of the project on the following date. We're looking at February 21, okay, of this year, February 21 of this year. There's the start date of the project, okay. You will notice, of course, that we have set PMO meetings regularly. So the first one was on the 23rd of February. Okay, the next one was on the 2nd of March. Okay, and this one, we were imagining we're sitting here now with our project. We're at this meeting over here right now. Okay, which would be 9th of March, which is a little, I mean, it was last week, but that's fine. Let's pretend it's today. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to be aware of, guys. That's where we're at. The second thing you need to be aware of as we approach this PMO meeting, and I'm going to suggest that you guys take some ideas from this PMO meeting and apply it to your PMO meetings, okay? Remember, PMO stands for Project Management Office. Remember, you would have appointed people to this meeting. You would have someone in charge of quality, hopefully a high C in charge of quality, someone in charge of stakeholder management, hopefully a high I, someone leading the project, a project manager, hopefully a high D. But it doesn't have to be like that. But, you know, in an ideal world, it should be like that. And we are looking at this meeting over here, and things have already kind of gone askew with this project. Let's have a look at what's gone askew. A bit of a wildcat strike there on that particular task, then shoved you out one day on off your baseline. Notice the baseline is the gray bar below, okay, and the blue bar above and around it, of course, is the actual baseline versus actual. Okay. All right, so need to get used to this term because when we're going to earn value later, you're going to have to get used to ACWP, ACWS, BCWP, etc., things like that. And A stands for actual, okay? All right. B stands for budgeted, okay? All right. Or one could even substitute that for baseline, but we'll talk more about that later, not always. Good. Right, so we've already moved off the baseline, and if we just look ahead, we are going to run into a bit of trouble because the project, the recipient of the product, which will call be our main stakeholder, looks like not a lot of trouble. We're still on track. How good, cool is that? We're still on track. We only have one non-critical task to play around with. Unfortunately, all the rest are critical. Okay, so I'm just giving you a resume before we get into the meeting. Okay, so one non-critical task to play with. The rest are in fact critical over here. Good. Okay. All right. The black line in the middle, and this is from MS Project 2010, which was, in my estimation, visually far better than the current version. Black line means progress in terms of completion. So we've completed all these tasks. Notice the moment you've completed the task, a little check mark is placed in the indicator bar column. And not only that, but it turns them all blue. They're no longer critical. As the teenagers say, duh, okay, it's no longer critical because we've done it. Okay, all right, so we've completed this. So at the meeting on the 9th, we're going to be looking at under the following headings. So let me get the notebook up and talk about the following headings. Talk about this as an agenda. The first thing is we're going to look at the triple constraints, okay? So schedule, it's the first thing we look at. Next thing, we're going to look at costs, and next thing, we're going to look at resources. So those are three very good items to start off with. What they call the steel triangle, okay? Schedule, costs, and resources. So those are the first three items we're going to discuss in the meeting. All right. And then once we've done that, okay, we can start looking at things like earned value, which is part of cost, okay, and we won't cover that this morning because we're still going to learn about that, although I will show you the table, okay, so I'll show you the table. Then we'll call for reports, okay, we'll call for reports in the meeting, okay. And then we will discuss risk. Okay, so risk is important. Okay, so let's consider that the agenda for the meeting. Okay, so we're looking first at schedule, just confirming that we have completed all of this up until now. confirming that we're 1 day off the baseline, okay, but it does seem to recoup later, so we still seem to be in safe territory, confirming that up until course 3C that we have finished everything, okay, which is then, in fact, literature search goes beyond 3C, 3B. Notice as a project manager, I'm talking in terms of the WBS. I'm not necessarily referring to the task by virtue of its label, but rather its WBS. Okay, so 3B does go beyond 3C, and 3B pretty much ends as we speak today. So I will ask the team leaders, guys, are they on the job? And they will say, yes, they're on the job and things are happening. And they might just do a quick cell phone call, mobile call to the team. Is everything okay? Yes, everything's okay. The guys are here. They're doing their job. All right, good. Then I express, in terms of the schedule, I express concern about the fact that we're 1 day off the baseline. Okay, we're 1 day off the baseline and we have slippage. So I call up, and sorry guys, I'm going to get heavily into MS Project here, and if you watch the video, then you'll see how to do it yourself. But I'm going to go to the detail Gantt over here. On the detail Gantt, I'm going to be jumping to the project over here, and I'm seeing the slippage of 1 day. That's giving me, Portia, if you've got a question, that's fine. I'm just muting you in case. Yes, you got a question?
Yes, Ken. Sorry, man. I recall now that you explaining this, that there was a function. There is a function on MS whereby we can hyperlink. Maybe
Yes.
let's say we've completed a report, then you hyperlink that report to that activity.
Yes.
And then at the end, let's say of that meeting, you can print the updated
Yes.
plan. And then at the bottom, it will have all the comments of who said what and what point. And
yes, okay. Thanks for reminding me. That's on the printing. I'll show you that now. Look, it's not part of this course, but I'll show it to you. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, there are all sorts of things. You can provide a link there. So you can, you would generate the report as a PDF, and then you can link it immediately to that. So all you need to do is then click bang, and the report would come up as a PDF. Okay. That's the one thing. The other thing, notice the notes we've got here. Boom, boom, boom. See, when you do your print, file, print over here, you will see here underneath page setup, printer properties, page setup. We go to page setup over here, and you will see under page setup you can do something. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. View, print notes there. See, print notes. And all notes will then be printed separately on the final page. Okay, all right, that's what happens with print. Okay, right, so yes, hyperlink and printing. But now I'm in detail Gantt view. Okay, detail Gantt view, and I'm seeing slippage of 1 day. You see that if I double click here in the white space, what happens is it shows me the slippage of that color is slippage. Okay, all right. Not only that, but I can scroll ahead and down, and I can see slack. There we go. I've got slack of 1 day. 1 day slack. See? All right. How cool is that? So that's the day I can plan with. This is a pretty tight project. It wasn't too well planned. There's not a whole lot of non-critical. I think that one probably would have been non-critical as well, although we've finished it. Okay, so we finished it, so it's non-critical anyway. So that's the detail Gantt view. What else are we discussing underneath schedule? Well, as a project manager, even though it seems we're going to be back on track by the end of the project, I'm actually still wanting to pull these back 1 day. So what am I going to do? Okay, all right. And we're talking about things going forward, and I want to pull these back. I can change the relationship. So if I double click there and change the relationship to a start to start relationship, okay, we pull it back, okay. For the next recording. So we're now dealing with costs, and in terms of the costs, we are seeing that in fact there is a variance, and I say, please give me a count of the variance. What the heck is happening there? Why variance on brainstorm possible courses? And then what the finance person sheepishly says is, well, the procurement person says, who might be the same person, by the way, says, I want you to have a look at the resource sheet, please. So I say, let's go and have a look at the resource sheet. And he says, do you see this here, writer 1, 200? our original procurement contract with the SLA with the writer assumed 100 per hour, and we didn't get him to sign against that, and he's suddenly upped it, he's doubled it. So everywhere where the writer has been utilized, what's happened is the cost has gone up, and we're into a number of cost overruns. So really, cost overruns, give me the report, clicks on report, goes to costs and cost overruns, and he says, look there, you can see this is where it really peaks. Writer 1 is the culprit. So, right, okay, let's make a decision. Lessons learned. So I'd look at the lessons learned person. I say, are you recording this? He or she says, yes. Say, lesson learned. This writer, we don't use this writer again. Okay, or this writer, we nail him or her down next time. Okay, properly. Please put that in the lessons learned report. Yes, done. Okay, good. So that's been done. We've discussed costs. Apart from anything else, the costs seem to be fine. Okay, we just got a slight overrun. And watch what happens here. Let's do a report, project information here, and statistics. And there we go. So we're looking at the original cost of 63 and the new cost of 80. So we're up by 17 odd. Okay, all right. That's the damage. There's the damage over there. Say, right, please send this report to the stakeholders. I turn to my stakeholder person and say, right, are you going to engage with them? You understand that the one artifact you're sending the stakeholders is this? Yes, you are. Let's do it. Okay, we do a screen cap. Easy. Watch, let's do it right now. Do it in the meeting. Nothing like, let's be agile. Right, let's do it in the meeting and grab it. There, good. Grab the report. Good. And we're going to email it. Okay, so I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go and email it. Okay, let me just annoy some of my friends here. Huge, big time. Watch. Okay, so hopefully you're not going to see all those bad credit emails. Okay, all right, good. Someone's coming in. Here comes Lungile. All right, let's talk to Lungile about what's happening. Okay, so new email. I'm generating a new email. Welcome to Longile. Okay, welcome to Longile. Right, so I'm going to be sending this to a couple of friends and really annoying them. Longile, we're busy in a meeting, so if you can just, you've stepped in the door there in the back, okay, and you're sitting on the corner of the desk and looking a little sheepish. I say, welcome Longile to the meeting. Okay, how are you doing? Okay. Longile, can I hear you? You're talking to me? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So we're busy in a meeting, so if you can just observe, I'll get back to you now. Okay. So let's just annoy all these people. Okay. My pastor. There we go. Right. Let's just annoy them. Say, report on overrun for costs. And I'll say, yeah, blame it on writer 1. No, I wouldn't say that to my stakeholders. So, please observe cost overruns. Okay, let me show you something really neat, guys, if you've got the latest version. It seems our one resource did increase his fees, full stop. Do not worry, comma, however, full stop. We will absorb the penalties, full stop. Okay, this is assuming you've got a really good relationship with your stakeholder. There we go, and we put the report in. There we go, you put the report in. Eh? All right, and there's the actual amount, so he's got it, and bang, off it's gone. No time like the present. No time like the present to do the report in the meeting. So use the technology, guys. Use the technology and do the report in the meeting. So as you can see, we've discussed schedule and costs. I'm not going to discuss exactly what earned value is right now because we're going to deal with the data, but as part of your PMO meeting, everybody, you would also do an earned value report. So you would go, and by the way, that's the exercise you're going to be doing this morning, okay, earned value. You're going to say, can we have a look at the earned value? You said, yes, please, let's have a look at the earned value tables, and I'm going to go to more tables up here, and I'm going to go to earned value over there and apply it. Okay, so, here we go. BCWS is such, that's budgeted cost of work scheduled, budgeted cost of work performed. There's your earned value column, and then actual cost of work before cost is 15,000. The budgeted cost was 11,400. So there's a cost variance of 3,600. Say, please show me the SPI column. You say, but it's not there. You say, well, fine, add it. Okay, SPI, Schedule Performance Index. Okay, SPI column, boom. Whoa, we're on schedule, on schedule. So everything's on schedule, guys. I'm happy, except here, phase one, we're behind schedule. In phase one, okay, it's done already, but we were behind schedule. All right, show me the cost performance index. Right, we haven't got the column, so let's add the column. Cost performance index, CPI. Within 2 hours, you guys will know exactly what these terms mean, by the way. Cost performance index, 0.71. We are in cost overrun territory here, guys. 0.71. It must be on 1. It mustn't be on below 1. Not good. Okay, so that's the report.